आर के त्यागी, गाजियाबाद एनसीआर दिल्ली। ओम सच्ची जनवानी चैनल पर आपका स्वागत है। प्लीज सब्सक्राइब माय यूट्यूब चैनल एंड शेयर द वीडियो एज मच एज पॉसिबल। कमेंट एंड शेयर लाइक टू। आइए मिस्टर आर राघवन है, ये विजय राघवन आर IOBN है, ये इंडियन ओवरसीज बैंक है। ये कहते हैं यूनिफॉर्म रेट ऑफ DA फॉर बैंक रिटायरीज एंड पेंशन मर्जर फॉर pre-November 2022 retirees and analysis by Vijay Raghavan R context for post-October 2022 retirees. Dearness relief, debt relief is calculated based on the consumer price index for industrial workers CPI IW with the base year 2016 is equal to 100. In contrast, pre-November 2022 retirees have their TR calculated using a slab system based on the CPI IW index series with the base year 1960 is equal to 100. This dual calculation method has caused discrepancies and complexities in dearness relief payment for retirees. Pension updation and uniform debt relief, DA relief. Bank retirees have long demanded pension updation. Once implemented, bank pension updation would address the issue of differing dearness relief calculation method as a uniform DR rate across all retirees would be automatically established. Retirees expect that, similar to the Reserve Bank of India RBI approach, an appropriate loading percentage will be applied to a conversion factor for each bipartite settlement period. This cumulative factor would ensure significant benefits for pensioners who retired under earlier settlement periods. When pension updation is implemented, the loading percentage for each settlement period, hopefully aligned with RBI model, will be determined and applied. The Indian Banks Association IBA cannot indefinitely maintain the discriminatory practice of applying two different DA reliefs formulas based on distinct CPI IW series. Uniform dearness relief payment must eventually be implemented with or without pension updation conversion factor for DR merger to achieve a uniform DR rate for all retirees across different BPS periods. The existing DR must be merged with the pension using a conversion factor to determine the revised pension DR at a uniform rate applicable to 12th BPS. Retirees will then be calculated based on these revised pension to calculate the conversion factor DR at 8088 index points. The 12th BPS level must be merged with the earlier merger points of 600, 1148, 1684, 2020, 2288, 2836, 4444 and 6352, which were adopted during different BPS periods. The multiplying factor determined under each BPS period should be applied cumulatively to align retirees from previous periods to the next settlement period. This process steps up retirees sequentially from the 5th BPS to the 6th, the 6th to the 7th and so on, ultimately reaching the 12th BPS level. One Number 22, DR at 8088 points. This approach mirrors the method adopted by the RBI and is rational, as it ensures that conversion factor from each BPS period are passed on to earlier retirees who were denied pension updation, and DR merger alternative method and its impact. A serving union's letter to the IBA mentions an alternative method to calculate the conversion factor apart from known and established merger method. This approach involves a direct merger of DR at 8088 points with earlier merger points 600, 1148, 1684, 2288, 200836, 4440, 6352 points, applying the respective DR per slab rate for each BPS period. However, this method could result in potential losses for retirees from earlier BPS periods up to the 10th BPS, with reduction ranging from Rs 500 to several thousands. Since future DR calculation would be biased based on the revised pension, the loss would be cumulative. This would affect family pensioners too. Tables comparing the conversion factor under both the methods and examples of revised pension calculations are provided in Lecture 1. Pensioners can calculate the difference in revised pensions by multiplying the conversion factor under the each method and their basic pension. Concerns of senior retirees, particularly those who retired decades ago, have long been denied pension updation. Their legitimate expectation is that a fair method of merging DR with their existing pension will be adopted. The merger of CPI index points should occur BPS period wise rather than directly merging DR at 8088 points. A direct merger would deprive earlier retirees of the benefit of the agreed conversion factors under each BPS period. The issue is particularly significant for family pensions, as the difference in conversion factors between two methods, though seemingly small, could result in substantial monetary losses. Loading percentage and future expectations. The conversion factor calculated thus far assumes a zero loading. If pension updation is implemented, a loading percentage will be applied for each settlement period, resulting in a higher cumulative conversion factor. This adjustment would ensure that the age-old retirees who retired under earlier settlement periods receives a fair share of the benefits. Retirees hope that the highest court of the land will deliver justice in the case of pension updation. They expect their pension to be revised with a loading percentage under each BPS period, ensuring that retirees from earlier periods receive equitable benefits. Additionally, they anticipate that DR merger at 8088 points will incorporate the applicable loading factor and follow a BPS period-wise index merging process to ensure fairness. विजय राघवन R, इंडियन ओवरसीज बैंक से इन्होंने ये लिखा है और सही लिखा है, और इनका कहने का ये है औचित्य कि भाई ये अगर 10% जो रिजर्व बैंक में जिस तरह से लोडिंग किया था उन्होंने हर बीपीएस को 10% से, उससे नहीं करेंगे तो इसमें नुकसान होगा हमें। तो ये चीज़ है बेसिक, और बाकी मैंने आपको बताई। धन्यवाद साथियों।